Here we go. I hope you guys can hear me. How can I test to see if you guys can hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm live! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna try and see if you guys can hear me though, because I gotta troubleshoot this first one, so bear with me. But hi! Come in the chat and say hi. Okay. I'm so nervous. I need to relax. I need to slow down. All right. How do I do this though? How do I do this? Like, how do I? Maybe I go to my channel. It says live. Okay, you can hear me. Yay! I'm so giddy right now, but welcome, you guys. I've been for a long time trying to figure out how to talk about my skincare because I get a lot of questions all the time. And I thought, you know what? I don't do lives. I haven't, and I didn't want to make the lives about makeup. Like, there are plenty of times that I thought about doing lives and doing makeup. I'm like, I already do makeup. Like, how much more makeup can I do? And I'm like, forget it. So yesterday I actually had the bright idea of just going live and making that a part of the skincare conversation, and just really like, and it's also an opportunity to get to talk to you guys. So I'm ready to jump on in with this because skincare to me is super important when it comes to your makeup. If you are having a hard time with your makeup lasting long, looking flawless, looking airbrush, I promise you it's because of your skin. I guarantee it. Mainly because that's what I've gone through. That's been my experience. And when I tell you that my makeup is the best that it has ever been when it comes to application, lasting long, like everything I've ever wanted my makeup to be, I have it. I have it now, and that's mainly because I was obsessed with skincare. It didn't start that way. It was first my obsession with makeup, of course, and thinking that, you know, I had to upgrade my makeup, meaning buy the most expensive ones in order for my skin to look as flawless. And trust me, I did. And it was very frustrating not really understanding what was the problem, because I had acne. I had acne marks. I had super oily skin. Like, I just had issues. And I just thought that if I keep spending more and more money on makeup that was more and more expensive, that it would solve my problem. And lo and behold, it wasn't until I was at the end of that run that I realized that I'm fed up and I'm sick and tired of going on the hamster wheel of insanity, doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. And then I just said, the hell with it. I'm not even gonna focus on makeup anymore. I'm just gonna focus on my skin, because that's one thing I haven't tried. Now, let me recant and say that what I haven't tried, because I've always been obsessed with my skin and clearing my marks, clearing my acne and things like that, but I was never diligent. And I didn't take it as serious as I do now, where it's like I have a schedule, I have a routine, and my skin no longer is starving for attention. It's getting all the attention it wants and need, more than the makeup, I promise you. And now that I've tried that way, I see the results now. Like, and that's the problem. People don't tell you these things. Like, I didn't hear people stress. They would tell you about taking care of your skin, but I didn't hear people stress. The way that I stress about it, taking care of your skin so that your makeup can look flawless. I didn't hear that. People kind of gatekeep when it came to that. And it was really frustrating, especially when you see other beauty influencers and things like that, and they just gatekeep. Like, it was frustrating. So here I am. I'm not gatekeeping because I don't like it. I don't ever feel like I'm gonna miss out on my blessings by gatekeeping. So for me, it's easy to share because you can't take away what God has already given me. You know what I mean? Like, that's my mentality of things, and I don't have a lack mindset. At least I don't anymore. You know, like, it's kind of undoing and unlearning different things. But when it comes to my skincare, like, having a lack mindset, that's not me. So I actually thought about what would be fun. I have a lot of skincare products and I haven't used a lot of them. I got like bags and stuff, and I thought that by doing these lives, what would make it a little bit more interesting was to open up one product each time I'm on the live, just to kind of explain how I would use the product, and even just kind of like open boxing with you and just kind of like feeling it out with you brand new on the spot. But it also will train you when it comes to skincare and how to use things and what to do when you buy, because it's one thing to buy skincare, but it's another to buy skincare and just use it the wrong way. And there's nobody teaching you, there's no book, there's no guides out here. So I'm gonna help you when it comes to the step-by-steps on what I would do when it comes to skincare, because skincare works. That's the other thing. Skincare works, you guys. Like, it does. I wasn't a believer, when I had my acne issues. I just thought that nothing worked, and if it did, it worked temporarily, and then it stopped working. But that really wasn't the case. I just didn't know how to use it properly, when to use it, how to layer it, so on and so forth. So I feel like by going through this process with you guys on opening a product and kind of like, okay, I would use this in the AM, only the AM, you know what I mean? Or I would use this in conjunction with this product because the potency together is going to amplify, and so on and so forth, because it's going to train you and educate you when it comes to buying products. You're not going to waste your money anymore. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to waste my money no more, you guys. So I'm here to help you not do what I've done. But here's the other thing that I feel like makes me a little bit special. I have a license in cosmetology, so I am privy to actually trying out certain equipments that may not be accessible to you. For example, I have a hydrofacial machine, I have a microdermabrasion machine. These are the things that you would find at your esthetician shop, location. But the reason why I say that is because I have tried these things, and because I have the license and I'm privy to like purchase, and in the future I would like to make more purchases of other machines. It gives you, by me testing it, it gives you an idea on if that product is good for you. What do I mean by that? So for example, before I got my hydrofacial machine, I went to an esthetician and I got a facial. And when I was done, I was like, what the hell is that? Like, what did I pay for? Like, because sometimes you just really want to see the results. And for me, it was like, the suction was like soft, and it was like the most sensitive and delicate facial that I've ever gotten. And I was just like, I don't know what happened. And then when I got home, and I'm used to doing my own facial, so the next day for facial, when I do it, my face is glowing. When it came to that machine, the next day I was like, I don't see a difference. I was gonna say I didn't see shit, but I'm trying not to curse, you guys. So bear with me. But it wasn't the results I wanted. It wasn't until I actually got the machine and I started to do it on myself and I started to be consistent with it that I understood why it was so good, like what the hype about it was. So for me, it's like I'm able to try the machines, but also I'm able to give you insight on what machines may work best for you. So if you have acne, or if you have discoloration, or if you have these wrinkles, and it's like you think the hydrofacial may be good for you when it comes to the wrinkles, and in certain cases, yeah, but I know a better machine, so you don't waste your money, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You don't waste your money doing a hydrofacial when you know you could go over here and use this microneedling or a microdermabrasion machine. Like, because I'm privy to getting, and I'm so excited because I really do want to get more machines, because they just, I don't know, like they work so well, and I feel like it will be really insightful to help you guys understand what's best for you so that you can get the best results. And I promise you, once you get those results, it's addicting. It's addicting to stick to a skincare routine, because once you stop, you start to notice the dullness in your skin. You start to notice how patchy it starts to look and rough that it starts to look, that you really get into the habit of knowing what to do and what not to do, as far as like I need to do my facial scrubs every single week, because if I don't, it's gonna get patchy or start to look rough. Or I need to wear my sunscreen, especially when it comes to discoloration. If you don't wear your sunscreen, you are doing everything backwards, point blank period. Like sunscreen changed everything for me, but I would get into that. But that's my thought process when it comes to these lives. This is my first one, so I'm kind of like jumping all over the place, but I hope that gives you an idea of like the excitement that I have right now, because I just feel like I have so much information that I just can like my brain is moving faster than my mouth, to be honest with you. But with that being said, I do have a product in front of me, which is a 𝒏𝒒𝒏𝒄 collagen boosting serum. So again, I thought about just picking up one product every time for the lives and just kind of like going through how I would use it. So this states that it plumps and smooths. And for me, when it comes to serums, I really, really enjoy them because I definitely see the difference, especially hyaluronic acid serums. But when it comes to collagen serum, this one particularly, let me open it. I haven't even tried it yet. So this is 1 ounce. Just gonna like test it on my hand. Just want to see how it feels. It feels slimy. I really do like that sliminess, but it's not too slimy. Ooh. This smells like the spa. Oh my gosh. What is that smell? It smells green tea, eucalyptus, kinda ylang-ylang. Oh, it smells so good. That's nice. It kind of bothers me sometimes when I don't have a smell to the serum. Sometimes I do want a smell, not a perfume smell, but more of like how what this is. It's really more of a essential oil smell to it, which really puts you in the zone of being in a spa, but it glides on so smoothly, which is really, really nicely. The other thing that I like to do with serums, I do it mostly with hyaluronic acid, and I recommend you do the same thing as well, which is, this is rose water, which I recommend anytime you put, especially hyaluronic acid water, because hyaluronic acid absorbs water. And if you just wash your face and you want to put this serum on there, that's fine. But I like to go the extra mile and just add the water so that it doesn't absorb the water from my face, because that's what hyaluronic acid does. It keeps your skin supple. It keeps your skin moist. So what I would normally do with any serum mostly is just add some water, and just to, because sometimes it might have some hyaluronic acid there. I didn't look at the ingredients yet, which I will, but this is one of the things that I would do. The other thing is I would pat it in. You do not want to rub it in. I mean, I'm rubbing my hand, but that's fine. But when it comes to your face or even your hands, I like to put it on my hand, but my face mainly, you want to pat it in. You want, your face is a sponge, if you think of it that way. So when it comes to the serum, it's really, really light. So it's really best to press it in. This is what my esthetician told me to do, and I see the difference. I really do. The suppleness, the hydration in my skin. I'm really making sure that my skin is absorbing it, and I do it until I feel like most of it is gone. But I tell you, ooh, I love it. I love the way this freaking smells. That's so good. So the other thing that I would do when it comes to any product that I use, I would look it up. Let me pull this up. So here's one website that I would go to. Would I do this in the store? Sometimes. It depends. If I'm looking for something really specific. Why does it say error? Sorry guys, bear with me. Please use keyframe frequency for 4 seconds or less. Keyframes are being open widget. I don't understand. Can you guys see me, understand me? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to troubleshoot right now. I'm not in the mood. I'm just getting started. Open studio. Okay, let me see. Bear with me, you guys. What does that mean? Stream status. Why is it poor? Serious issues. Need attention. You ruining this for me. I don't know what to do. Can you guys say something in the chat if is my quality poor? Because that's what it's telling me. And I don't know how to troubleshoot this yet, you guys. Bear with me. Now it says excellent. All right. So God is with me, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so I will go on to this website, which is What's in My Jar. And it's going to, you type in the product that you're looking up, and it tells you everything. It tells you what it works for, what it doesn't work for. Can it cause trouble, meaning the level of irritation, which is high, the level of irritation risk, and some key ingredients. And you can go more in depth and see all the key actives and the potential irritants and things like that. So I'm going to go through what this one is. That way it gives me a better idea. For example, if it has a lot of actives, and if it has a lot of actives, I will not use it in the daytime. Mainly because my goal now that my acne is gone is discoloration. And when it comes to discoloration, I'm using, hey, I got thumbs up. Aw. Maybe my thing is, I have it on low, my messaging. Maybe I should do it fast because there's only 3 people in here. So I'm gonna change that really quickly so that if you guys send a message, it will come through right away because it don't need to be delayed. Like, I just got started. Some people don't even know I exist. All right. So yeah. When it comes to this particularly, and the website again is what'sinmyjar.com. So this works for moisturizing, which is good. So for me, just thinking about, oh yeah, sorry. Well, let me finish what I was gonna say. So because I'm working on my discoloration, I don't want to use actives in the daytime at all. When it comes to the daytime, my skincare routine is super simple, super simple. It's literally my moisturizer and serum and my I love it. My and my sunscreen and my sunblock. Very simple, and everything is non-actives, and I would go into that if you want to know like what that particular thing is. But this here is moisturizing, so that's good. It doesn't work for anti-aging, so if that's something you're looking for, this won't be it. This is why it's so cool to go and look it up so that you know what you're using it for and you're not wasting your time and wasting your money. So it has a medium risk factor. The comedogenic risk is 0, which is good. When it comes, like, this may be something I would use in the daytime because of the moisturizing factor, and it really doesn't have that many actives. I'm gonna go more in depth and see what else. So 4 key actives, which is glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, what's the other 2? Rice-amino acid and palulian. Works at mattifying. So this is really actually good to use in the daytime because it really doesn't have too many actives. There is an irritation risk with the polonium, which is, it says works for mattifying, but that's not too bad. That's not crazy. Quite honestly, like that's what I would do. And if it had a lot of actives, I would keep it for nighttime, because I really want my daytime routine to be just as simple as possible. Especially if I run out of hyaluronic acid, I would probably run to this as a backup. But hopefully that helps and kind of like open your mind when it comes to using a product. The other thing is, I hope you guys know how to layer your serums right. Like, I'm just gonna run it down really, really quickly just in case you don't. But it's super important to, even with, for example, I keep ripping this box. So this serum is, it's, to me, it's not light enough for me to put it on before something that was super, super watery, because it has a slight creamier texture to it. So when it comes to layering, I know most people know that you put on your serums before you put on your moisturizer. But when it comes to serum, sometimes I like to create a concoction. And let me find one that's really, really light, if I can. Now, this isn't a great example as far as like layering, but I think this will go well anyway. But this is the reason why I say this, because this is lactic acid and it's an acid. But I would use acid. I would use acids when it comes to like mixing my concoctions with my serum. But this is more water based. And when it comes to mixing, like I would definitely put this one on first, because it's a water base and I really want my skin to absorb it faster compared to applying this first. So there's still layers to it, especially because I want this to work. I will put, when it comes to acids, I would put my acids on first, because obviously you want some more powerful effects to your skin, which is the reason why you're using an acid. So you wouldn't want to dull it down by applying a serum that has more of a creamier texture or heavier texture to it, and then applying the acid, unless you are super sensitive skin wise. I don't know why I can't see the chat. Are you chatting with me? Anyway, unless you're super sensitive and you want to like dull it down, the sensitivity, then you would go ahead and maybe apply a serum first to kind of like buffer it. Otherwise, put on your acid first and then give that some time to absorb into your skin, and then go ahead with your serum and let that also absorb into your skin. And you can even add another layer of a serum. Like I do it all the time, quite honestly. When I tell you this stuff smells so good, I smell a ylang ylang. If you've ever smelled that before, a little bit of jasmine. It smells so good, you guys. But I hope that kind of helps to really, I don't know, like help you guys when it comes to the serum, when it comes to the skincare. And you really have to look it up. The other thing is, I don't know how many people wear sunscreen, regardless of what you have heard. It's super important when it comes to your skincare to wear sunscreen, especially if you are wearing actives. You don't know if you're wearing active, then definitely put a sunscreen. Do I recommend chemical sunscreen? No, I recommend mineral ones. But when it comes to people of color, we don't have too many options when it comes to mineral, because they give us a white cast unless we go with specific brands. But quite honestly, like I kind of go ahead and just use chemical sunscreens until I find a brand, which I know Dr. V, which is on YouTube, she created a sunscreen. But I use this one, which has, you know, it's a sunscreen, but I prefer the mineral. But I like it because it doesn't give me a white cast whatsoever. And when I tell you, okay, your skin will start, especially if you're dealing with discoloration, if you're dealing with uneven skin tone, using a sunscreen is going to help to maximize your skincare because your skin is not being disrupted by the sun and it's not oxidizing and just disrupting your skin barrier. So if I was you, definitely get sunscreen and wear that when it comes to your skincare. So whoo, that was a mouthful, but this is so exciting. Oh my goodness. I need a sip of my tea. It's a lot of talking. You guys, this is so fun. I don't know why I don't see no. Hi! Hi, Miss Lynn. Welcome, sis. I'm super excited, you guys. Like, this is so fun. Oh my god. And you definitely asked about skincare. So I am definitely doing this. You came to mind so many times when it comes to creating this and really jumping into the live. So thank you for the inspiration. But a lot of people ask me about my skin. I just feel like I have a lot to say, so I'm gonna chat about it. I'm gonna talk about it and just really inform everyone just so that they know what to do and what not to do. But definitely, yeah, having a sunscreen, even if you aren't sure, like for example, if you've bought a lot of skincare and you just want to use it up and you're still not sure whether or not. Aw, thank you. She said I'm so underrated. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. But yeah, so if you bought a lot of skincare products and you just want to use them up and you still aren't sure about the order, in order to not undo your hard work, get a sunscreen, apply your sunscreen, and it's super important to apply it every 2 hours. And I know it may sound crazy, I know it may sound difficult, and there are ways around it, but you have to do it until you're able to reset and readjust your skincare routine to work best for you. So if you want to go ahead and use up all your products, do so, but make sure you get a sunscreen and you apply it every 2 hours. It's a pain in the butt, but it's doable when you have certain routines in order. For example, what do I do? Okay, so when I'm out and about and I have my full face of makeup on, it's really a pain in the butt to try to put on some cream sunscreen, but I would definitely make sure I will apply my cream sunscreen before I put my foundation on. But while I'm out and about, here are 2 things that I do. One, I always have a spray sunscreen. This is the easiest. Now, when you spray it, let me see. It does go on shiny. So if you don't want to be shiny, I would recommend letting it sit for a little bit, and then I would get like a sponge. Not really this. I have like a sponge that I would normally use, like my beauty blender. See if I can find one. Or I would use a brush, like if I'm desperate and I don't have one. But this is a sponge. Like a beauty blender. Yeah, I said that right. Like a beauty blender. And I would use this to blot away that shininess. That's one way. And that's the easiest way, quite honestly. The other way is to get a powder. I always have a powder. Like, I don't care, you guys. Like, I do what I gotta do, okay? I don't care. And I keep track. Like, every 2 hours, I'm keeping track of the time. I got my alarms going off because if you've ever come from a place where your skin is not making you happy, you're then going to do whatever it takes to get the results you want. And yes, it's going to take work. I'm sorry. Like, a lot of people want things the easy way, but there is no easy way. It's going to take work. It's going to take diligent discipline in order for you to see the results. But I promise you, you are. I guarantee it. You definitely are. And you are even more so if you keep coming to these lives and watching and getting all these tips and tricks, because I'm going to put you on. I told you I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to put you on. And there's just so much. I'm looking around because I have so much information that I can tell you guys that I can't really fit it all in one video. So that's unfortunately, but it is what it is. But yeah, this I like. I like the smell as well, but there are definitely cheaper ones. I think I paid more than I wanted to, over $20 something for this, and quite honestly, it's very annoying because I feel like it's almost, I hardly use it. I not only use it when I'm going out because it costs too damn much. I don't do it. For example, if I know I'm gonna put on makeup, I don't put this on first. I might be lazy. Sometimes I feel lazy and I may want to because this is quick, but because it costs so much, I am disciplined when it comes to using this. I only use it for when I'm outside. I will go ahead and use my creams no matter how tired or annoyed or whatever it is, but I don't want to keep buying this. So I make sure that I do what I have to do. And I also have backups. Like sometimes we change purse, sometimes we forget certain things. I make sure I have more than one. Because if I can't find one, I have another. I also have more than one spray. I don't have this one. I have another one as well because I don't play with my skincare. Like I don't play when it comes to the SPF because that's going to send me back the hardest. Not using an SPF is going to hurt you the most. But I do recommend serums, especially if you suffer from drier skin, if you suffer from wrinkles, if you feel like your skin is looking dull. That's where the serums will come in. You really want to, I recommend using concoctions, and I recommend switching it out so your face don't get used to it all the time. So I would use this in the morning, and then I would probably go use some other serums at night. Let me see what other ones I have. I have a lot. I have a lot. But I did want to just showcase one at a time so I don't like overwhelm myself and overwhelm you guys. But like even these, like, and that's the other thing, you can find serums at Marshalls. You don't gotta go crazy. You don't have to. This is what cost me $5.99 from Essential Beauty. Go to Marshalls, TJ Maxx, all the rest of those places, and just rack up on the serums. You don't really have to spend a lot. I don't spend a lot on serums because most of the time I buy syrup, the hyaluronic acid powder form, and I would just, as I run out, I would just make another bottle. I will buy that from like a vitamins place that I used to buy my vitamins online. They had hyaluronic acid powder. And once my bottle would finish, literally one of these bottles, I would then go and mix up my hyaluronic acid, because for me, that's the most important one because it keeps my skin supple, period. Hands down. Like I never thought I would love it as much as I do, but I do because I see the difference when I don't use it compared to when I do. But also, again, I always use water, rose water, whatever, regular water, it doesn't matter, with hyaluronic acid because it attracts water. And here's the other thing I used to do. I still do sometimes, it depends if I have time. When it comes to any hyaluronic acid serum, I actually go a little bit crazy when it comes to the moisture boosting. So for example, I will put the hyaluronic acid serum, spray my water, wait 5 to 10 minutes, then I will go ahead and spray the water again, wait another 5-10 minutes, spray the water again, another 5-10 minutes, maybe add a little bit more hyaluronic acid, just a little bit, nothing crazy because it absorbs 10 times its weight. But I will add more water. That way, by the time I'm done, my face is super supple. And if you want to add more to it, I would then put a sheet mask on my face and let that absorb. That's really good. So if you're going out and you really want your skin to look supple, especially if you're dealing with like fine lines, things like that, that's one of my tricks. That's one of my tricks. And when I tell you, period, it works hands down. I love it. Oh wait, what you said? I've been very intentional about my skincare this past year. My skin's been very dull this winter season. Yes, exactly. And if you are dealing with dullness, it's super important to make sure you're exfoliating, because that's the other thing about dullness. And it's not just so much information I got. And it's not just your face, it's your body. Like when it comes to your body, okay, I'm gonna try that one. Yes, exactly. I hope you do. Yes, because it works. But dullness, lactic acid, and that's the other thing. Like it's super. I tell you, my brain is moving faster than my mouth. But when it comes to acids, it's super important to know which is which and why you're using it, because when I tell you, it's going to help to change everything for you. And the reason why I run to the ordinary, because it's simple. Start off simple and then you can advance with other products that have multiple in it. But lactic acid itself, it helps with dullness. It helps with your skin texture and things like that. So if I was you, I would definitely run to the ordinary and get a lactic acid and put it on only at night. And definitely wear sunscreen in the morning, because once you start an acid, you have to wear a sunscreen in the daytime. You have to, because your skin barrier is going to be super sensitive once you're dealing with an acid. So I would recommend this if you are dealing with dull skin. This is a bit intense. I have sensitive skin. It's intense for me, but I still use it, which is the AHA 30% and BHA 2% peeling solution by The Ordinary. This is the red one that I believe like everybody knows. Super red. And it stings. It's strong, but it works. I don't recommend. So for example, why do I keep putting it back? I need practice in this, y'all. So this you can use every day. Every night. Sorry, not day. Every night. You can use this every single night. But this I would only recommend once a week. Not even that much, unless you really feel you need it, because this is going to do a lot for you. But if you feel like you need a boost, an extra help, then go ahead and add this once a week. If anything, for me, I'm okay now at this point in my skincare routine that I can probably use this once a month. Like that's how strong this is. So it really just depends on how severe of dullness you're dealing with, and then you can adjust accordingly. I'm not gonna put it back because I might. I'm gonna leave it right here. What else do I got? But that helps with dullness. I'm trying to see if I have anything else. Oh, here's another thing that helps with dullness. When I tell you it was a game changer, you hear so many people talk about this stuff, and I didn't know it was going to change my life the way it did. I promise you, it's a miracle worker. And I understand why people have said so many great things about this one product. And I don't want to say I'm late in the game, because for me, I have been very, very meticulous when it comes to my skincare. I'm not the type to just throw anything on it. I'm very, very, very much the type to slow and steady wins the race. I will get the results. I'm patient with it. So when it comes to this particular product, for me, I was like, I don't need it yet. It wasn't until I felt I needed it that I was like, all right, I'm happy I waited. I'm happy I took the time. And because I'm a bit older, I don't use that word, sorry. I'm more mature in age, that now I feel like I'm ready for it. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Retin-A. Now, I'm not talking about The Ordinary, but if you want to start with the retinol from The Ordinary, which is 0.5%, this is where I started, and it does work, it does help. But when you're dealing with dull skin, Alexa, stop, not right now. Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys. But when you're dealing with dull, what you said? Is there any other brands you could recommend? Yes. When you're dealing with dull skin, I would recommend going to your dermatologist and getting the Retin-A. Now, I went to my dermatologist last year, late last year. That's when I first started it, because I was like, I'm ready. Okay, but for me, it was about all over my body. It really wasn't about my face necessarily. There's like my legs. I felt like that my legs start to look shiny, like how grandma legs start to look. And I'm like, Grandma, why don't you exfoliate your legs? But I was like, I don't need that, especially if you shave a lot. And even if you exfoliate, you still get a little bit of that shiny cast. And I'm like, I don't like that. Also, my hands started to look a bit more, how do I say it? It started to get like that shiny cast as well, and just like duller. And I'm like, bruh, like I gotta fix this. What? How can I fix this? I tried this. It was cool. The retin-A was squarely and it was cool. But when I tell you, when she gave me that retin-A, sorry, this is retinol. When she gave me that retin-A, she gave me the very lowest amount. She gave me the lowest amount, which is a 0.25%. When I tell you, and the thing was, she gave me a year's worth. I was like, girl, I didn't even know she gave me a year's worth until I ran out, and I was like, bro, like I gotta go back. But when I looked, it was like 11 refills. I was like, yo. So I have, even the thing is, when I have still a bottle left, I would still go get my refill because that's how good it is. Because I'm like, I'm using it everywhere. Everywhere. When I tell you my hands look so useful, when I tell you my skin, it helped. Because when I went to her, I specifically said, she said, what do you want? I said, I want retin-A. Like, I'm not beating around the bush. I want retin-A. She was like, whatever you're doing good. Great. Give me the retin-A. She did. And she gave me another product as well, but it's cool, but I ain't finished it. It's the star of the show was the retin-A, okay? And when I tell you that, because I was struggling with the evenness, I was doing everything, but I just feel like I needed that extra push. That gave me the extra push. When I tell you, my skin started to even out. My neck, my décolleté that I was having issues with was starting to even out. My hands start to look soft and youthful because it's a natural exfoliant. Our bodies have natural retin-A in it, and it just was an acceleration of the retin-A. And it, period. And I tell you, my hands, my feet, my legs, everywhere, I put it all over. And the other thing is, I mix it in with niacinamide. When it comes to niacinamide, I don't want to get out. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So it was so good, I got two, because one ran out and I was like, oh hell no, because it was at Marshall's. So the thing is, I got this Paula's, trying to see which one looks newer. Paula's Choice Niacinamide. See if I can show you. It's so bright. Okay, so this is 5% body. It's a body serum, and I was like, I have to jump on this. I paid $12.99 at Marshall's compared to, they said, $24. So when I saw two, I was like grabbing it because one ran out, and with Marshall's you have to buy it at that moment. So I did. So when it comes to niacinamide, this also restores and even skin tone, visually reduces signs of aging, but it matches so well with the retin-A. So the reason why I do it as well is because it helps to stretch the retin-A. What do I mean by that? So when it comes to the retin-A, they tell you you're supposed to use the tiniest amount, the most tiniest amount. And by the time they say put dots on your face, and then by the time you rub it in, it's gone. Sometimes it doesn't feel like enough. Majority of the time it doesn't feel like enough, but just imagine trying to put it all over your body. You're gonna go through that product so very quickly. So by pairing it with this is a serum, by the way, and it's so silky and slippery, and that's why I love it, because when I pair it with the retin-A, it just glides like silk all over my skin, and it really allows me to apply in a large area without wasting my retin-A. And the thing is, I don't even use a lot of my retin-A. I probably put like this much for one leg. So I would squeeze it out and I would probably get like this much. So if you think about it, you need this much for your face, this much um for, I guess, your décolleté if you was doing it without it. So I will put just a little bit more like that for all over my body, and I would double this. So I would put like 2 pumps of this one pump, for example. You know what I mean? And it helps me to stretch my retin-A. And also I do it right out of the shower. So that's also going to help penetrate even faster, because it says that when you're using the retin-A and your skin is moist, it's best to, one, either wait until your skin is dry if you're sensitive. But if you're not sensitive, when your skin is moist, it's going to absorb really quickly. And because I have a 0.25 percentage, which is the lowest there is, like, my skin be fine. It will be fine. I ain't worried about it. But when I tell you my legs, and if you deal and you struggle with like this, the strawberry legs and things like that, that's going to help to lighten that up as well. You actually start to notice that the skin around the strawberry dots is lightening up way more. So then you need to also apply more exfoliation to really get into the strawberry marks, as well as salicylic acid, because salicylic acid goes deeper into the pores and really clear it out even further. So there's a concoction when it comes to that. That's another topic. But yeah, so when it comes to dull skin, go ahead, go to the dermatologist, get the retin-A. Now, I know it's tempting to go online to these places that talk about getting the retin-A without a prescription, blah, 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 blah. And I tried that before I went to the dermatologist, but they were charging like $80-something, $90-something for this tube that once you get it prescribed is like $50. What? No. Like, do what you gotta do. Go to a dermatologist. And if you go to a good one, they will probably give you a prescription for the year, like mine's did. Like, maybe you can ask and request it. And then you go back and you upgrade the amount. Like, I don't feel like I'm ready for a stronger version, because once you start retin-A, I feel, from what I've been told and what I've been paying attention to, most of the people that have been using it, it's something that you use long term. So I don't need to go and get 1% yet or 50% yet. Like, I just started and my skin is glowing, and when I tell you my hands, because I was like, you can't look old. You just you can't look old. My hands can't look old. And I tell you, it's that retin-A. That retin-A is God sent, baby. Woo! So if you're struggling with dull skin, go get your retin-A. Don't sleep on it. Don't wait. You won't regret it. I wanted to give it to my daughter, but I was like, she's too young. She's in her 20s. She don't need it yet. I didn't have it then. She'll be all right. She's more concerned about her laugh lines, and I'm like, girl, you too young to be worrying about laugh lines. But you know, society has us, checking everything, and unfortunately, it's not going to end. It's not going to end, and the best we can do is not overdo too much to our skin, so that by the time we get to a more mature age, our skin will still look good and we can thrive. You know what I mean? That's what I try to teach her, at least. So yeah, I hope that helps. I have so much information, you guys. This is a lot of talking. I gotta get used to this. I really do. I'm trying to see what else do I have. I have a microdermabrasion machine, which I love. I have so many machines. My hydrofacial, I don't know, maybe one day I might come on live and just like demonstrate these machines. And I thought about not doing it, mainly because I know like it's not something that you guys can have access to. But I know, here's another thing that you do have access to, which I can probably do on live. I don't know, maybe it hurts. It hurts, which is the micro needle. And it hurts. I do use numbing cream, but it's like sometimes you get by the bone, the brow bone, and you're like, it hurts just a tiny bit. But if you're dealing with dull skin, if you're dealing with discoloration, I promise you, if you use a microneedling machine, your skin will glow. You will start to even out your discoloration. There's so many things that actually work that some people just don't know how to use well. Oh, the other thing is, like, I don't know, maybe I'll demonstrate it, because you really got to be careful when it comes to the microneedling, mainly afterwards. Like, once you do a microneedling machine, if, like, say for example, you jump and go get one tomorrow, here's the one thing that you should not do, because I did it and I regretted it, and it took me months, okay, 4 months at least, to undo what no one freaking told me, which was, once you're done with the microneedling, I have to go, but keep playing in the background. I will play. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you, Miss Lynn. Once you buy the machine and once you apply it, one thing you should never do, and I think it applies to even this as well, which is the roller, the microneedling roller. It does apply to this. Not I think. Do not put anything on your skin other than a serum. So, for example, do not put acid. Don't do an acid, but maybe you can do something like this, a serum that doesn't have any actives in it. You don't want to apply a cream. Don't do what I did. I applied this, my Old Faithful, on my skin. It's nice and thick. It's my favorite moisturizer to use in the daytime. It doesn't have any actives. I applied this onto my skin. I applied the serums, and then I did this to layer it. It's the worst thing you can do. And then I put on a healing ointment. I think I put the 𝒏𝒒𝒄 healing ointment as well. And when I tell you, within minutes, my face, minutes, or maybe, no, like maybe I think I looked in the mirror maybe 30 minutes later, and I started to see white pimples. Now, I did do my research before I started the machine. And this one lady, esthetician, was like, sometimes you may see white pimples. And I'm like, okay, it can happen, but she didn't explain why it happens. So I went ahead and did my steps, my normal steps, and I saw those white pimples. And I tell you, I got so many on my forehead. Started to see some on my cheek, and what I was doing was suffocating my skin to the point where bumps and pimples, little baby white pimples, started to pop up. And I immediately washed my face, but it was too late. It was too late. I had dots afterwards. The healing process, I went ahead, washed my face, and then I left the serum on, but it was too late, because after it healed, I just saw all these dots everywhere. And when I tell you, my heart hurt. My heart hurt, because I felt like that was my first time using the microneedling machine, and all the hard work that I did just to get to that point of using the microneedling machine, I just had undo. So then I had to wait 4 and 5 months just for my skin to heal again, for me to go ahead and use the microneedling machine again the right way. And when I finally was done, I only used a hyaluronic acid on my skin, serum on my skin. Well, that's what I would recommend. I wouldn't even recommend you using this. To be safe, just use a hyaluronic acid serum, and I would apply it on every couple of hours, actually. I would apply the serum. And the next day, like I did, my skin stayed clean. The only thing I applied on it was a hyaluronic acid. So if I was you, if you ever decide in your life you want to use a microneedling machine at home, do not put anything heavy, because I promise you, you will break your own heart. So don't do it. Always use a hyaluronic acid serum, because if you think about it, it's a cut. You're cutting your skin. It's an open wound. It needs to breathe, and you don't want to suffocate it. and you don't want to go through what I went through. So I hope you take that, write it down, put it somewhere, and lock it in your brain. Like, but it works. Like, that machine is so effective that if you're dealing with like open pores, and you want to tighten them, the discoloration, the acne marks, the crow's feet, the laugh lines. I used to struggle with these laugh lines and how my makeup would sink in. That was so annoying, so annoying. Now I don't deal with that. Yeah, definitely get that microneedling machine. It's gonna help you tremendously. I promise you. I guarantee it. Like, I have been sleeping on certain machines until I tried it, but then again, that's what I said. Like, I'm here to be able to try some machines and really kind of put you on and to let you know how to use it, when to use it. But also, that machine, it has like a nano particle as well, which it has, the needles doesn't penetrate as well. Correction, they don't penetrate as deep. They're really good for applying serums if you really want it to deeply penetrate. That's good as well to use like on the regular. Like, the other needles are good to use once a month. That's the other thing. When you're dealing with the micro needling machine, you want to use it once a month. You do not want to over abuse your face. Because if you think about it, you're cutting your skin. You're not giving it a chance to heal. And the more mature we get, the longer it takes for our body to heal. In our 20s, it's like 20 days, something like that. 30s, 40s, it goes longer. So you really want to give your skin an opportunity to heal. That turnaround time is much longer. But with patience, don't worry. You're going to get the same results. It's going to look good. I promise you. I guarantee it, okay? So that's the other thing. Use them once a month. And it's a protocol, it's a routine, but you can then apply your retin-A or even your retinols to that skincare procedure to help the healing process. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And don't forget your sunscreen, you guys. Don't forget to do that. So I'm almost done, you guys. Like, I really just hope that this was super informative, and I hope that I'm able to enlighten you more in the future. I don't know. I thought about doing this daily and kind of like seeing how much products I can go through. Like I said, I have a lot of new boxes of skincare that I haven't opened and gone through, and I thought this would be a great opportunity, like, to open them in front of you and just chat about it, and like, I don't know, like, let's just get it over with. So I gotta figure out what to do with these things. But yeah, other than that, you guys, I'm so happy you stayed with me. Oh, 6 people, I can fit you all in the room. We can have like a chat. Like, I love it. I appreciate you for watching. Other than that, you guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I thought about doing this daily until I get the hang of it. This was fun for the first time, so yeah. And I may come up with new ideas, better things to talk about, so on and so forth. Like, bear with me, you guys. Other than that, I love you, beauties.